What's up, everyone? Aaron Murray, Josh Dobbs here, and we're supposed to have like a nice, friendly conversation about this weekend's matchup. The now ranked number one team in the nation, Tennessee Volunteers, goes on the road against my number 3 Dogs, which is still ticking me off a little bit because they should be at least number 2. I get why Tennessee's won, but anyways, so we get on here before the show starts, and Dobbs shows up in his obnoxiously orange Letterman jacket. So your boy got to go get his red and black Letterman jacket on myself. So, yeah, bring it, Dobbs. Let's go. Game week.
I love it, man. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I mean, obviously, been looking forward to this game all year, and now with the rankings coming out, us, of course, overtaking y'all as number 1. But 2 undefeated teams this late in the season, man. It's going to be rocking in Athens.
Oh my God! So wait. So my first game in Athens as a fan, actually I've been to 2 games in Athens prior to 2020. I got dog hair in my damn jacket. First was 2007. Alabama went to Georgia. Georgia was number 1 in the country, and they got their asses handed to them by Alabama. My second game going as a fan was 2016.
Oh,
the Hail Mary.
Okay. Yeah.
That was like my dad and I were like,
you were there.
My first game going to Athens, like in the league. It was my bye week. And I was like, let's go to the game. And of course, you gone throwing a damn Hail Mary to win the whole thing. So was that the last time you were
crazy.
in Athens?
Yeah, that was Latin. So actually, I've been to Athens once. My cousin, he played at UAB, and he played a baseball game against them. And so I went. That was like the year after I graduated, so I was kind of walking on eggshells around there. This will be my first football game ever that I haven't played in Athens, and I'll be there. So I'm excited.
Are you gonna need some security? I'm a little bit worried for your health here because, like,
oh man,
you're a good dude. You are from Georgia. You're from Atlanta, so you do got a little Georgia blood in you. But like, are you going? Like, what are you wearing? Like, are you going full obnoxious Tennessee fan?
And that's the thing. I really want to wear this jacket to the game. But this is how I'm going to the game. So obviously, my teammate is the best running back in the league up here, Nick Chubb. And obviously, unfortunately, he went to Georgia. But I told Nick, I said, yo, if we're both undefeated, we're going to the game, and I want to stand right by you to watch the entire game. So I will be, around a lot of Georgia people, so I can't be as obnoxious as maybe my Letterman jacket, but I'll be representing my balls, no doubt. I don't know what the outfit is yet, but I'll be representing.
Y'all got the weekend off because y'all just played. You played last night, so okay, you got the weekend off now.
Yeah.
So that's just perfect timing. So I'm guessing Chubb, being Chubb, is going to be on the sideline. So you'll be roaming the sideline a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be down there. Where are you watching the game from?
Oh man, you know what? I was supposed to be on the noon game for Kentucky versus Missouri, but then my boy Stinchcomb, who was on the 4:00 game, has his daughter's volleyball tournament, so he can't go. So I'm taking his spot. So I have the 4:00 kickoff between Liberty and Arkansas. So literally the same time that you'll be Tennessee. So I'll be able to watch like the first quarter, and then I'll probably be sneaking my computer in there watching.
I was about to say, how does that work if you're calling a game and other games are going on? Are you able to kind of tune in and kind of see what's going on?
Yeah, like I'll have it in the background. Obviously, my main focus is calling my game to the best of my ability. But
of course,
when number 1 and 3, when number 1 and 3 are on, my computer may be up. Commercial breaks, I'll peek in, look at it, and kind of see what's up, and then I'll record it, and then when I get to the hotel that night, I'll probably rewatch it just to get the full feel of exactly what went down.
Yeah.
But let's go to the rankings real quick. So one came out first rankings came out, the college football playoff, and I was not surprised. Like I've been saying, like kind of on my radio shows today, like I would not be surprised, and I honestly think Tennessee does deserve it. Like if you look at what they've done this year, they've won 5 ranked games, 4 ranked games. You beat Alabama, you beat a ranked Florida, you beat a ranked Pittsburgh, you beat a ranked LSU. You beat the crap out of them, and then you go and absolutely manhandle Kentucky 44-6. I'm like, listen, the resume is the best resume in college football. You got the Heisman favorite right now. Like, you deserve to be number 1. I get it. But I was like, Georgia should be number 2. They had probably the second best win, whooping up on Oregon, and look what Oregon's done. So I
Right.
was like, okay, 1-2 Georgia or Tennessee, Georgia, 3 Ohio State, 4. I thought Michigan. So I was a little bit shocked when it came out the way it did. What was your initial
Yeah.
reaction?
I agree with you. I think when you run the SEC gauntlet and to be undefeated going to November, it's difficult in the SEC, especially playing. Obviously, we're biased, but then if you just look at it on paper, it's really true. So with Tennessee being number one and being 5 ranked teams at the time, I think that resume kind of stands for itself. And anytime you beat Alabama and then you're undefeated, I think you deserve to be number one. I thought it was going to be Georgia at 2 because even though you guys may not have the same resume, I mean, it's not like you guys have struggled in any of your games, and so it's always hard to unseat the current number 1 ranked team, especially as you said how you guys beat Oregon. So I was thinking Tennessee 1, Georgia 2. I'm always a little biased against like the ACC and the Big Ten schools, but Ohio State looks really good. CJ Stroud's playing good football. I know their bigger games always occur later in the year where they have Michigan coming up. So I thought it was going to be Ohio State 3. And then I didn't think Clemson was going to sneak in.
No, definitely not
at
Clemson at
all.
4. No.
Yeah. So
I
I
was
was
shocked
really
with that
surprised
one.
about that.
Yeah, the ACC. Tell me a super quality win that Clemson has this year. So I don't love that. That whole league is just a cakewalk. I mean, we should have just gone and played quarterback at Clemson. When we had opportunities, we would have won like 4 ACC championships and been in some natty. So, all right. So I want to talk about Hendon real quick. So I will say this: it was a good living being the starting quarterback at Georgia for 4 years. It's an awesome experience. I'm sure being the starting quarterback at Tennessee, I was with Tyler Bray for a while in the league, and he raved about his experience. I'm sure being there is absolutely incredible, but just kind of put yourself in his shoes because you're a lot closer to it than I am. Being right now the favorites on pretty much every betting site to win the Heisman, and I do believe if Tennessee does win this weekend, it's going to be because he has a great game, and if they do win and he balls out, I think the Heisman is his. I think it's a done deal. I think it's a runaway at that point. What's it like, or what do you believe it's like for him right now on campus?
I mean, I think it's everything that as a recruit, as a child growing up, that you envision being the starting quarterback at a university is right now. It's I think just following his story closely and speaking with him, it's everything that he's worked for, coming from Virginia Tech to Tennessee, not winning the job when he got to Tennessee, and then getting his opportunity and really running with it, as we've seen him do. I think he's living his dream. But just from my interactions with him, I can't speak for him, but I know he doesn't feel like the job is done. And that's really the kind of the sentiment of the entire team when you speak to them. They've expected this success, and so they're not surprised by it. Of course, they're happy with it, but they also realize, all right, we still got Georgia, and we're going to get every team's best shot when they step on the field to play us, and so we got to come ready to play. So as you said, obviously he's had a lot of the big games at home. Florida came home. He was able to have a great game when Alabama, he had them at home. They won. But now to go on the road against another undefeated opponent. And as you said, if you're able to do the same things that you've been doing all season, man, I think the trophy's his. So I'm excited for him. I'm a big fan of his. I'm looking for him to go out, ball out this weekend. Obviously, we know Athens will be rocking, but
I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be as. It's hard to beat Neyland when Neyland's rocking. I mean, 102.
That's
true.
Georgia
fans, I mean, Kirby's been saying, like, hey, save your voice. And we saw this year, and we definitely saw, like, last year, like, when Arkansas came in town, like, what a difference the fans make. Like, I feel like this year, every top game I turn on, like, ranked at some big venue, that the penalties go up. The full starts on the offensive side go way up. Like, fans make such a big difference. So yeah, like,
huge difference.
I'm happy this game is in Athens and not Knoxville because I think there would be maybe a little bit different outcome. It's just, to me, it's still amazing because, like, all this stuff going on with Auburn right now and Harsin and kind of where they are. And I think, like, man, 2 years ago, Tennessee may have been in a worse spot. Like, post Jeremy Pruitt, toxic, pissed off fans, new AD, like, I haven't, like, it's just been a long time since Tennessee's been in this position. and just, it's a just like everyone else in the SEC, a very prideful fan base. And to see the transformation in a year and a half is just wild. I think you were at the Florida game, I believe.
Yeah.
Talk about like that fan base right now, and just like the feelings they must be having to finally be kind of through the wilderness, and finally seeing some sunlight and enjoying the success right now.
Yeah, I saw an interesting stat like right after the Alabama game, and it said, for all you people that are upset with Tennessee fans, like rubbing in the face how well we're doing this year, it's like since I was there, I think Georgia had lost 9 games in that 6-year spell. Alabama had lost 8 games, and Tennessee had lost like 35. So like in the last 6 years, the amount of we were undefeated. We were 6-0 starting our year, so the amount of being at the high and then the amount of lows that the fan base has experienced over the last 6 years has been tough. It's been, honestly, as a Vivo, hard to watch at times. So to see the team and rally behind Coach Heupel and the turnaround that they've had in the past 2 years has been truly remarkable. And so now for them to be, number one in the nation, it's awesome. Personally, to see the fan base really flex up and show, how much they truly love being a Tennessee Volunteer.
Yeah, they're wild. I'm interested to see the look of the stadium this weekend, like how much orange you actually see in the
Yeah,
stadium.
there'll be a lot of orange there. Which, it'll be, and that's why I'm really interested. That's why I'm excited I'm going to the game, because just to see, because you guys are a very prideful fan base as well, right? So to see how you guys combat the amount of Tennessee pride that's going to be oozing around in Athens will be interesting.
Well, you'll see my family. So my brother-in-law actually played baseball at Tennessee, so he'll be going to the game with my sister and my parents. So he'll be, I'm sure, rocking the orange. And
Smart man.
I think this is going to be a thing for the family. My little niece, to see which color outfit she wears for like the rest of the season. So this is a big game for the Murray household on that side, for the Kevin O'Leary, and my now sister's name's O'Leary too. So we shall see. All right, let's get to a little bit, because I know you got date night tonight, and we'll be seeing if you're wearing that Letterman jacket out there in Cleveland or not. Keys to the game. I think for Georgia, it's you gotta limit the explosive plays for Tennessee. Like it is crazy to see how fast Tennessee can score and how they can just suck the life out of a football team. And I go back to Alabama. Like Alabama gave a couple big punches. They get a turnover, they score. Hendon fumbles the football in exchange, they score. And what happens right afterwards? He throws a 70-yard touchdown to Hyatt. So like you feel like you have control of the football game. Then all of a sudden it's a 75-yard dagger touchdown, and then Tennessee regains the momentum. Like, to me, the way to beat them is don't let the big swings of momentum occur with explosive plays. Like if Tennessee's going to score, make them earn it, make them drive it, make them actually have a possession that's not a minute and 30 seconds, but 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's 10 to 15 plays. Tennessee thrives on momentum-changing, game-changing plays, and I want to see if they can handle getting through an entire game when they don't make those explosive plays. So I think for Georgia, they got the DBs to handle it. I like their safeties, and it's just a matter of slowing them down. So we'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, and I think for Tennessee, the keys to victory are, on the offensive side of the ball, is exactly opposite of what you said. It's be you. What's made you Tennessee all year is thriving on the explosive plays. It's striking fast and really setting the tempo and controlling the tempo throughout the game. And so like we've seen like the times, it's been rare, but the times this season that the offense has struggled is when they've gotten out of their rhythm. They're not hitting those big plays. They're not being able to thin out the box and capitalize on the hat number in the run game. So I think if Tennessee is able to stay true to who they have been, then they'll be successful on offense. And then I think, the game really comes down to Tennessee's defense, right? It's, the offense is going to make its plays. But Georgia has a really good offense, and also Georgia with their offensive line and their physicality is able to control the clock if they're able to run the ball efficiently throughout the game. So it's going to come down to Tennessee's defense being able to get off the field, getting those big third down stops, being able to get Georgia's offense behind the chains. So then they're able to get the ball back. They're able to get on the sideline, drink some Gatorade, get the offense back on the field, and let them go down and score some points.
Yeah, I think that this is the game that playmakers have to make plays. Whether it's Cedric or Jalen Hyatt on your side. Obviously Brock Bowers is going to have a big game. And I think, Kenny McIntosh for Georgia too. Like last year, to me, every big game for Georgia offensively, and even going back to Georgia's game versus Oregon, Todd Monken's ability to find those matchups with running backs or tight ends. And I'm sure you can even speak to this too. Like, as a quarterback, like if I know if I can flex out my tight end or my athletic running back who's a great pass catcher and he's matched up against a safety or linebacker, and I know it's man and it's one-on-one, like that's my guy. That's who I'm going after. And maybe just hit on that just real quick. I know it's more of the Georgia side of things, but just, your experience as a quarterback of those unique matchups and how difficult it is for a defense to slow an offense down that moves guys around like that.
Yeah, as you said, like especially in the college level, right? It's a space game. It's a getting the ball in your playmakers' hands. And it's getting to a point where with how these offenses are run, a lot of times defensive coordinators, all they can do is bring pressure or play man or do both at the same time. And so when they do that, they're really playing into matchups. So as you said, I know Georgia has a dynamic tight end. They have really good receivers. They have a couple of good running backs. When you're able to get the ball in their hands in space, you're able to split out your tight end by himself on the left with a safety goes out there or worse, a linebacker goes out there, and what coverage you're getting. I think obviously we have two quarterbacks that are really experienced. Stetson Bennett's played as much football as Hendon's played, it seems like. So if Stetson knows what the defense is doing and where he's going with the ball pre-snap, it's gonna be tough on our defense. So I think that's why I said I think the game comes down to our defense. Identifying those matchups that Georgia's going to try to exploit, and then using our pressure packages to be able to create pressure and also create confusion in the back end. So it'll be interesting. I know both OCs and DCs are going to have their hands full all week preparing for each other. That's why it's going to be a dynamic game this weekend.
All right, before date night commences, and you go out there and celebrate that number one ranking, much deserved. So enjoy yourself a little bit. Score prediction, and we're not doing spread because y'all get 8.5 points. I'm not giving you any points. We're doing straight up.
Are they still giving us 8.5 points?
It was 8.5. I
saw it earlier today.
Yeah, I saw earlier today. It was still 8.5. All right. Go straight up. What? Yeah, still 8.5. Looking right now on FanDuel. What do you got? Give me a score prediction.
I got us winning, obviously, 38-34.
Ooh. I got Georgia winning 35-31.
Okay, I like that.
I think it's gonna be close. Like I'm surprised the line's that big, especially with Nolan out too for us on defense. Like this is going to be I think it's going to be a hell of a football game. I think it's going to be neck and neck, 4 quarters of great football. Like this is going to be, I think it's going to be very similar to your game versus Alabama. I just don't think as high scoring, or at least I'm hoping it's not. Yeah. Like I said, I told earlier to some Georgia fans, and I put on social, like you do not want to get into a track meet with Tennessee.
No,
like that's the last thing you want.
Yeah, and I think you guys do a better job of controlling the line of scrimmage than Alabama does, which is crazy to say because, as you know, playing against Alabama, that's literally what they take pride in. But I think you guys have a more established run game, a more established O-line than Alabama. So I think you guys will be able to, if you guys can get rolling, I expect you guys to get rolling too. But when you guys get rolling, I think you guys will be able to chew some clock, which will kind of put our offense backs against the wall a little bit. So, because I remember, for instance, we played Kirby Smart my senior year, and they knew that they were outgunned, and literally all they did was clock chew the entire game. The first half we had 3 drives on offense. Whew. And at the pace of college football now, you have 3 drives before there's 8 minutes left in the first quarter at this rate. So, if they're able to, I know Kirby's probably thinking the exact same thing for this game plan. So if they're able to deploy that, then that's going to change the entire dynamic of the game.
Yeah. Well, you say that and we think that, and I just think at the end of the day, like Tennessee doesn't really care. Like they only
they're
average
still
about
going to throw their
26
goal
minutes.
balls.
Like they go so fast and they can score so fast. Like it doesn't really matter what tempo you do because they just want to go. So we'll see. Hey man, enjoy Athens. Stay safe.
Of course,
the fans are gracious. They will be nice to you.
Send out your good regards via social media when I go down there.
Like
I'll limit the amount of orange.
You're a good dude. I know you have. You put a dagger in our heart back in 16, but you're a good human being. I think obviously everyone in the SEC respects you, so they will be kind, hopefully. So enjoy and just hang out with Chubb. If you hang out with Chubb, you'll be 25.
Yeah. It will be good. Exactly. He has the keys to the city, so I'm excited.
Chubb has the keys to the city. All right, man. Enjoy date night. Safe travels down to Athens, and maybe we'll do a little catch-up show after the game to relive Georgia's big victory versus the number 1 team in the country.
I'll see you after the win for us.